Hey, it's Jonathan. I want to welcome you to my channel. Up until this point, let's see, it's right around July of 2021. Up until this point, uh, I've focused this channel on gaming. Did some gaming videos, some giveaways, just kind of some goofing off stuff. But at this point, I'm going to change the focus. I've changed the name. I'm going to change the banner. I changed it to In Good Fortune, and I really hope that this is the way that this video finds you. I hope it finds you in good fortune. Uh, so I probably still do some gaming videos. My gamer tag was Wormwood, and Wormwood I like to grow different kinds of herbs, and Wormwood was one of the herbs that I grow, and and it just kind of stuck. So that's my game tag, and the old channel was Wormwood Gaming, and I'll probably still do some videos, but on gaming. But I'm going to mainly focus on trading and investing and things of that nature. Really for my own purposes. This is not trading advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But this is going to be for my own purposes, for documentation, so I can go back and review it and see where I was right, where I was wrong, and what I can improve on. I'm trying to hone my skills, my skill of trading. So again, that's just, this is for documentation purposes, for my own purposes, but I do hope that you'll join me on it. And I'm not giving financial advice. I'm not telling you, what you should do, with your money. What you should do is do your own research, is what you should do. But I'm just going to document my ride, and I do hope you'll join me for it. So, I've had a number of people say to me when discussing trading, they say that, oh well, there's too big of a barrier to entry, and that it takes too much money to trade, and things of this nature. They say that, I can't do that, and all this kind of stuff. Well, you can do what you say you can do, and if you say you can't do it, then that's true, and if you say you can do it, that's true too. Um, you really don't need a lot of money to trade. If you can make 20 cents, then you can make $10,000. If you can make 10,000, you can make 100,000. It's just that simple. And I wanted to show you this real quick. I'm going to take a little bit of time. I want to actually show you this. This is a Cardano token, and right at the beginning of the year, we were trading about 14 cents right here. Let's see. I want to grab a calculator. Let me grab a calculator real quick, and let's get a calculator up here. Right at the beginning of the year, we were trading about 14 cents on Cardano and kombucha. This is some good stuff. If you don't drink kombucha, you need to get some bacteria. Bacteria is good for you. Bacteria is your friend. Kombucha, kefir, bacteria is your friend. Okay, so anyway, here we go. Beginning of the year, right around, what was this? Right around January, is right around here. So here, let me move my calculator so we can see it. Okay, we're like 14, 15, 16 cents right around here. Okay, so 14 cents. Let's say that we invested $20. We're going to invest $20 in Cardano at 14 cents, right? So we're going to divide that $20 by 14 cents. That's going to equal 142. So we're going to have 142 tokens, okay? So we have 142 tokens. And say we held on to it for 2 months. Right around the top here, we sold it out for, say, 125. Okay, so we got 142. We're going to times that by 125. Okay, so we're going to turn that $20 investment into $177, and that's in 2 months. How many of you would give me $20, and if I said I'd pay you back $177 in 2 months? I think we would all do that. We'd be foolish not to. And $20 is a small amount of money. Of course, $177 is not millions of dollars, but I mean, it's better than $20. We all have to admit that. Let's say we held on to this 177, or actually the 42 tokens. Let's say we held on to the 142 tokens. Let's say we held on to it up here to, say, 225. Okay, so 142 times 225. Okay, $355. This is a 5-month run right here. So you turn your $20 into $355. Anybody can do this. We can, you can get, if I told you 5 months from now I'm going to give you $355 if you give me $20 today. Anybody can do this. You can lose money. I'm not telling you to trade. What I'm telling you is that I want to remove the barrier in your mind concerning saying that you can't do it. Not only trading, but anything you do in life, whether it's if you're trying to learn an instrument or trying to get a degree or anything in life, it takes applying yourself and it takes doing it. And it takes allowing yourself to fail at it. I encourage, if you do decide to trade, I encourage you, don't trade any more than it's okay to lose. If when you start out, don't trade any more than you can afford to lose, that it just won't make any difference in your life if you lose it. But let's look at these numbers real quick. Okay, let's say we had $1,000 down here at 14 cents. So we're going to invest $1,000 down here at 14 cents, right? Okay, so we're going to divide 1,000 by 14 cents. That gives us 7,142 tokens. Okay, so we have our 7,142 tokens, and we're going to sell out here at the $1.25 where we sold before. Okay, so we got 7,142 tokens times 1.25, $1.25 equals $8,000. $1,000 2 months later, that's actually $9,000. That's closer to $9,000. So you're talking about $9,000, right? You invested $1,000, you're taking out $9,000, right? I think anybody would do this. Anybody would do this. Let's say it went up to 225. I mean, I can tell you that's going to be 16,000 because it's basically almost just double. But let's just do the math. Okay, so we got our 7,142 tokens times 225. It's going to be $16,000, right? So that's a 5-month run, $16,000. This is 5 months right here. How many people would take $1,000 and give it to somebody if they said that they were going to be able to turn it into 16 in 2 months, right? This is good odds. It's not always like this, and you can lose. You can hit one of these downtrends. You could have bought here and ended up down here. But what I am saying is, I'm saying that it's worth educating yourself over, and I encourage you to seek your own education. And this is not education. This is not financial advice. I want to remove the barrier of people saying that they can't do something. I want to explain to it. Put $5 in. Right? Watch it grow. $2 in, watch it grow. $100, $200 in, watch it grow. You don't have to make one trade and be a millionaire. It doesn't have to. You don't have to do it that way. That's not what has to happen. So you have a life, and you've got a long time to learn what you need to do, and I want to remove the blockages, because you never learn if you decide off the bat that you can't know. So you have to have the idea that you're going to be able to learn before you can learn. So anyway, so this is just me rambling on. This is my inspirational, go get them, all that kind of stuff. All right, let's see. The next thing I want to talk about is on my channel, I have a different way of trading. I haven't seen anybody else trade this way. I haven't seen anybody else talk about trading this way. And I wanted to explain to you what I'm talking about as a reference, so that you'll know what I'm talking about. Anything you learn, 95% of it is a language. So I'm going to talk about it here. And what I always do is I always trade through these channels, right? I always put a channel on the price chart. I'm always putting these channels. Now other people do channels. Channels is nothing spectacular, but what I'm doing is I'm basically I'm measuring the price through time. Okay, I'm squaring the circle. Now I know when they say square the circle, they're talking about an area, and you actually could look at this as an area. But I'm not going to go into that at this point. But let's just say for this example, these are circles. Okay, this is the circle, right? And our lines are the square. I consider these lines time. Just for example, I would consider this a lower high than this. right? Everybody would say this is a higher high, and truly, price-wise, it is a higher high. But you'll hear me saying things like, this is a lower high than this. And the reason I say that is because the price failed to make it to our upper band here. See, this was on our upper band. The price failed to make it to our upper band. So I would indeed consider this a lower high, even though the price went higher. I'm just trying to compare the market in time. Right? When you're building a house, you've got to square up the foundation. You have to do some surveying to find out where the foundation is going to go. If you're building a wall, you have to pull the wall off the foundation. If you're laying tile, you have to line up the tile with the walls. You have to have somewhere to pull off of. I'm trying to measure something, a circle, abstractness. I'm trying to measure it with a square, right? And when you're playing music, like I kind of look at it like this too. There's repeating patterns. When you're playing music, like say you're playing the keyboard, you're playing scales. It's a repeating pattern going across the keyboard. The same thing with the guitar. The chords almost spin around the neck in fashion. They're spinning. It's like they're spinning around the neck as they go down. It's a repeating pattern that kind of spins around the neck. These are just the way that I see it, and that I like to look at it. So I would consider this a lower high than this. I could go into much more about area and all that kind of stuff, but we're going to talk about it like this. This will be enough for you to understand. So this is a lower high than this, right? Now we didn't know this was here. We pulled this. This is our low right here, so we're kind of cheating here. We didn't know this was the bottom of our channel right at this point, right? But if you drill down on this, this is a channel in itself. And if we drill down on it, I'm sure you saw us making lower lows going down this thing. Slowly lower lows, and then finally we dropped out of it. So we ended up making the form. You can do this on all time frames, right? So we hit the bottom of our channel, we went back up, we made new highs, right? I would consider this new highs, right? This is even a lower high than this, right? I would consider this even a lower high than this, okay? And but we broke out, we went up, we made new highs. And then we had a retracement. We're having a retracement through time here, right? We're having a retracement through time, okay? So let's actually look at Bitcoin here for a second. Let's get rid of that, and let's get some lines on the chart. Oh, let's see. Let's get some lines up here. Okay, so we got Bitcoin. Let's see. I would actually go from, see, this fell out here. This fell out the bottom, so I would actually go from, let's see, I'd move this here. Okay, so we have our lines on the chart, and although these lines do act as support and resistance, I don't necessarily see them as support. I don't use them as support and resistance. That's not necessarily what I use them as. Even though they do act as support and resistance, I try not to view it that way. I'm just trying to measure. I want to see where the market's at, is all I'm doing. If I can get my scale right here. Okay, so you see we moved up. We actually had we had a fallout here. We could actually have another line here. But we had a fallout here. And just because it falls out doesn't mean it's going to go. The price is going to go down. You see how it took off to the moon here. I'm not saying that I'm not giving any strict rules. The market is the market, right? I'm just trying to measure the market. So anyway, but what I do see is we're trading up, right? We're making new higher highs, all the way up. Okay. Then we fall back down to our trend line. This right here I consider this a lower high than this, right? Because it didn't make it. See, it didn't make it up to the same point. It didn't make it to the same point, even though the price went higher. Even though the price is higher than this over here, right? It didn't. We didn't come back up to our line in time. We didn't come up and meet time. We had a good retracement back to the lower trend line. We didn't come up and meet the line in time. We traded sideways for a while, then we fell out. Right? Now we were able to recover here. We had a recovery here. But I would consider that, even though the price is higher or lower higher than this. And then as we move up, we came back up. We traded up to the top of our channel, had a little retracement, and see, this is a show of strength. See, we hit the top of our channel here. We'd had previously, had a rejection. We didn't come down to the bottom of our channel though. It didn't come to the bottom of our channel. That right there, that's a little sign of strength, right? We had a reversal, and we moved up. We moved up from there, and then we really made new highs. So now we have a higher high up here. We have a higher high, and then we had a reversal. We came down here, and if you break this down on lower time frames, you'll see all of these patterns over and over again. We came back. We hit the bottom of our trend line. Now see this? I would consider this a lower high than this. The price is higher, right? The price went much higher, okay? But I would consider this a lower high because it did not achieve our upper band in time. It did not achieve our upper band in time. I would consider this a lower high than this. I'd consider this a lower high than this because we're even lower on our band, right? I'm squaring the circle. You see what I'm saying? I'm squaring the circle. Okay. Then this, we came down here, hit the bottom of our band. This is a much lower high than this. That's even though the price is higher. I mean, we're talking about 64,000 here, okay? And that one's 40. You're talking about $20,000 difference. This is $20,000 higher than this, but I would consider this a lower high than this high here, okay? Then we came down, we fell out. We fell out of our channel. We had a little kind of pullback, a little retest, and then we started moving down. So anyway, this is what you're going to see me talking about. I hope I explained it well. I'm excited for you to be on this journey with me. I'm excited to be on this journey myself, and we're going to have to see where it goes. So just to recap, I've changed the name. Wormwood was my gaming channel name, and that's my gaming tag. And I pulled that off of, I like to plant herbs and stuff, and I planted wormwood in the yard. I like wormwood, so I named my game tag. It just fit, so I named my game tag Wormwood. And but we're changing this to In Good Fortune. The new name of the channel is In Good Fortune, and I hope that's how this video finds you. Make sure you give me a like, a subscribe. I really do appreciate it, and I just hope you gather some good information out of this. Give me a comment, some feedback. I'm always welcome to your feedback. I don't always get to it right away, but as soon as I can get to it, I will. So I appreciate your feedback, and y'all are beautiful. I will see you the next time.